Alright, well, hello and welcome back to Nasty Metal, Britoker channel here at YouTube, and welcome to another box set showcase. Of course, it's episode number 08. Now, if you had watched my Nasty Metal podcast, if you had watched that one, well, you would know by now what it is, and of course by the title, well, you guessed it. And of course, this is the Filth Hounds of Hades, Dogs of War, 1981 to 2002 box set from Tank, which was released by Metal Mind Productions back in 2009, I believe. This was when it was released, probably somewhere on the back here. You know what? I think it was 2009. They don't really tend to list the year dates on when they on here, which is weird, but that's something that was the norm of Metal Mind Productions. But there's the box set right here, which again, I will be going into a great length. This is going to be a longer one, that is for damn sure. This is definitely going to be a longer one for sure. So without further ado, let's definitely just get right into it. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright, so here we have the box right here. Again, with the logo, title, the Filth Hounds of Hades, Dogs of War, 1981 to 2002. Again, if you can see, nothing is inside there yet, which I have my reasons why. I'll eventually, by the end of the video, you'll see why. So again, spine, again, Metal Mind Productions, 8 compact discs plus DVD there. Spine there. Back, definitely been beat up. Had this for over, again, plenty of years. Maybe close to 9-10 years at this point. 10 years. But there's the back there, again, with the list of all the albums that were in this box. So, here you go. There's the box. Now it's time to get to the... Let me move this for a bit. Over there. Let's now get to the booklet, which is, again, a very nice booklet that comes with this. This is the... I mean, if you want all your information about Tank, it's inside this book. So let's see if I can... let me move the CDs out of the way for a little while. Eventually we'll put them back there. Again, let's take a good look at this booklet here for ourselves. So here we have, of course, page 1 and page 2. I think that's a write-up from, I believe, maybe Algae Ward. So I know this right here is a very good write-up there. Right in here we get like our story and everything, including interviews and so on. So same goes for there. And it's definitely a long read, but it's a great read. This is definitely a really cool read though in this booklet and all of that. So finally on this page here we get the 2 covers for the 2 7-inches, Crazy Horses, and of course I believe Filth Hounds of Hades, or he fell in love with the Stormtrooper, I believe. Got photo collages with, of course, then again a stamp flyer for the tour with Motorhead and Tank. That's a photo. There's the photo there with the band of Metallica and Tank on the for the Ride of Lightning and Honor and Blood tour. Great stuff there. Now we get to the lyrics and others type stuff for Filth Hounds of Hades release. Again, there's your Other covers for the 7 inches. You have more sound collages. That would have been a cool fucking show there. Tank and Carnivore. That would have been fucking cool. There we go. There we go. Now on to the stuff between Power of the Hunter. This will be for, again, This Means War, I believe. Or right there, we got the 7-inch for Echoes of a Distant Battle. More photo collages. Trying to speed up this. This Means War. Oops. Nice photo there, and of course there's the Burnett cover of This Means War. This way, again, the artwork that would have been on the Burnett. I think Burnett label, which was a French label, so there's that. Very cool. Angel Witch, Tank, Fireband. Cool. Go. Honor and Blood. Artist, Tank, Camp. Cool stuff there. And just to try and speed this up. Here we go. There is the booklet right there. Okay, so let me put the back in there now. Now it's on to Alright, so here we got CD number 1. This, of course, is Filth Hounds of Hades. It, of course, is a standard Digipack CD pressing, so, which most of these are all Digipacks, just to let you know. Again, there's the front. Back cover, with also stating the track listing, and, of course, bonus track, which has plenty of bonus tracks on this one, a lot. Some of them are also were B-sides and A-sides and so on, like, again, Don't Walk Away, different to album version of Shell Shock, and of course Hammer On, which Hammer On ain't on the album. I don't know why they're saying different to album version, because it's never been on the album. It was only, again, it was like a B-side or an A-side to one of the 7 inches for this album. And of course, Don't Walk Away Live, The Snake, I believe another B-side. He fell in love with the Stormtrooper, which would be the 7-inch version of that one. Of course, Blood, Guts, and Beer Live, and Stepping on a Landmine, which is another B-side, A-side. So there we go. Spine, which we'll get to that real soon. So here we go. There's the CD. Of course, let's take out the disc. Classic fucking debut album. I don't have to say very much. It's a fucking classic debut album. Of course, this of course was produced by ex-Motorhead guitar player and the late great Fast Eddie Clarke. Now we have disc number 2, which is Power of the Hunter. So we have again, front cover, back cover, of course, with our track listing, which of course the bonus tracks are Oh What a Beautiful Morning, which I believe was like a hidden track, I believe, on the actual record, if I'm not mistaken. And of course we have the 7-inch version of Crazy Horses, and of course the B-side Filth Bitch Boogie, which also states taken from the Crazy Horses 7-inch. There we go. Yeah, of course it would have been a hidden track on the record. So now we have the Good album. Different producer this time. It was Nigel Gray who was the producer on this one. Again, a little bit more melodic compared to Filth Hounds of Hades, but this still is another good, solid new wave or British heavy metal album. This is still great stuff, though. Still has plenty of that, again, that gnarly snarl that you had at least had gotten with the first Tank album, and just plenty of great new wave or British heavy metal stuff. This is a great, solid album. Oh yeah, disc number 3, which is their third full-length album, which is This Means War. So we have the front cover here. Back cover, which again, track listing and everything, of course, has some bonus tracks, including the like some B-side, A-side stuff, like The Man Who Never Was, and Which Catchu Makaku. And of course, Swapeo, which was actually only was on the Burnett pressing of This Means War, which basically was the basically again the French version of that album. So go. Difference with this album, definitely a lot more melodic, and that's due to a member edition. That, of course, was none other than... Fuck, I'm gonna try and forget the guy's name. That guy right there, Mick Tucker, who was in bands such as White Spirit, to be exact. Great album. I love this album a lot. I know some people definitely will slag on this at times, because again, it's a lot different sounding from the first two. But I love this album. This was actually one of the albums that really kind of turned me on to really check out Tank, and I think this is a solid fucking album. To me, there really isn't a bad song on here. Even the long intro for Just Like Something from Hell, I also dig as well. It's just to me, it's a solid fucking album from Tank. So there is disc number 3, This Means War. Now, disc number 4, which is Honor and Blood. So we have the front cover there. Back cover. Again, with, there's only one bonus track. It's basically The Man Who Never Was. Basically, it seems to kind of repeat on both this and This Means War. Never understood, probably because they're using the same bonus track. They should have just left it off. I don't know why Metal Mind decided to repeat. Then again, it was either High Voltage or one of the other labels that did that. Still, I don't know why Metal Mind had to copy that. So, there we go. Again, very much similar to This Means War. Definitely differences this time. Now the Brad's brothers are gone. Instead we have oh god, fucking you know, can't seem to remember now. Cliff Evans. There we go. Cliff Evans. He's the another addition. I seem to also forget the drummer too. See, no, they don't add the different drummer too here. I also like this album as well. I know some people also slag on this one as well. I mean, besides the odd addition for a cover, which was their Aretha Franklin's Chain of Fools. Even though they do a very decent metal version of it, still, besides that addition, this is still a very solid album. Then a lot more melodic, though, as well, compared to This Means War. But again, there's still some solid tracks in there, like Kill, When Hell Freezes Over, and of course, the opening song, The War Drags Ever On. Both are fucking great killer metal stuff. I just love this album. So, there is disc number 4, Honor and Blood. So we have disc number 5, which is the self-titled 5th album from Tank, which was released in 1987. So we have the front cover there, which is not very well good compared to some of the first 4 albums there when it comes to album covers. And track listing, no bonus tracks this time, just straight. Again, I should also comment that I guess they took some, I guess Algie Ward took some cues from Van Halen's Diver Down when it comes to the artwork here. Though, musically, this is even more melodic compared to Honor and Blood and This Means War. Not my favorite, though. This is far from my favorite of the, of at least the 5 original albums here. Or at least the 6 original, but it's probably, at least of the 80s material, this is probably my least favorite. Though not a terrible album, though. Though, just again, not particularly my favorite. The remaster on this one, though, I should definitely note, is not very good sounding. This has to be part of the worst sounding remasters I've heard. It's not even just brickwalled. It just sounds like utter shit. It's like it was recorded through a goddamn muffled box or something. I don't know what the fuck they did, because I've heard actual samples of a actual vinyl rep, and it sounds 10 times better than this. I don't know what the fuck happened with this one. I just had to definitely at least comment on that. Though I should also comment, we now know where Algie Ward took the idea for his tank logo derived from this album. So there it is, disc number 5, the self-titled Filth Hounds from Tank from 1987. So we got to disc number 6, which of course is, nope, wrong disc, which is The Return of the Filth Hounds Live, which was released in 1998. This was a reunion release, actually. This was kind of a reunion, at least for the lineup of, at least most of the lineup that did, again, Honor and Blood and the self-titled 87 album. So here is the front cover. Back cover, which has some bonus tracks, which are different versions of the songs that would end up on Still at War. So here we go. Very cool. Just great track listing. Just great track listing there. Now we have great live album. This is a great fucking live album. That's all I gotta say. Just this is a great live album. Just great album there. So don't have to really comment very much. All right. So here, this is actually was CD number number 7 here. This was CD number 7. So CD number 7 here is, of course, is War of Attrition Live 1981 Expanded Edition. Artwork is definitely different from the original release. It had a much more different kind of cover, a little more brownish, very similar to, I guess, the Return of the Filth Hounds, but again, it was a little more silvery, more brownish kind of. Instead, we actually get actual, almost like a cartoon style artwork and all of that for this one, which I actually prefer a lot better. Definitely great. So here's the front cover. Back cover, which again, there's the live recording there, which again was live in Dortmund, Germany, 1981. Probably on the tour while there might have been opening up for Motorhead, maybe. You know, we got some bonus tracks, like some early demo versions of Shell Shock, Run Like Hell, and Blood, Guts, and Beer stuff that was recorded prior to the Filth Hounds of Hades. And then we got some Radio 1 sessions. Though a little raw compared to what I originally had heard, but still, these are definitely great stuff there. And of course, we have live at Park Pop Holland, again 1982, and of course 2 demo versions for Too Tired to Wait for Love and Manor Never Was. Great. As far as recording for something that was recorded in 1981, this is actually not a bad recording. It's raw. Definitely Tank at their most youthful sound. This is again just very much probably in line, I guess, to say something to me. The Witch of Berkeley from A to Z, But still, this is actually, again, great fucking live material. If you can get this on record, I think you'll definitely have a great time enjoying this one. Just a great, raw, new wave of British heavy metal live release that could have easily been, again, if it was officially released in the 1980s, this, again, would be considered a classic new wave of British heavy metal live release. Just great stuff with the original band. So there we go, and there's now disc number 8 here, which of course is Still at War, which was the comeback album for at least this band since 1987's the self-titled fifth album. So we have the front cover there, back cover, again with some bonus track, which again we're being on like the Japanese CD pressing for this album. And damn it. That was happening. Solid album. Definitely not a bad album. I do enjoy this one. I actually do kind of like this one better than the self-titled 87 album. But this is still, it's still pretty good. I mean, to say that this might be anywhere near as good as any of the first 4 albums is, I wouldn't say is saying much. But still, this is still not a bad album. I still enjoy this one quite a bit. So definitely, though, better than that. Most of the ones with Algie Ward, those albums, it's still better than that. It's still better than the one with the guy from fucking Dragon Force. It's still better than that. And I even kind of do like this one a little bit more than the Algie Ward Tank albums, like Breath of the Pit, for an example. Still good last in many ways of at least. The actual Algie Ward Tank. So, great stuff. So what we got, of course, is the very last disc, which is Live Bootleg, which is the DVD for this set. So we have the front cover there, back cover with your track listing and everything, even though there are some bonus tracks. What they actually do include is the filmed in Birmingham 1991, which seems to be, it's like a whole VHS tape stuff, again, for like promos for at least the Power of the Hunter album. Great videos, though, for these 6 albums. And, of course, some bonus tracks. We got great recording, great live footage of that, which is actually televised one. And, of course, That's What Dreams Are Made Of, and Hammer On in 1985. Then Echoes of a Distant Battle from, like, 1997, and... yeah, for both these two. Go. Let's see. Again, when it comes to this quality, everything kind of jumps around. I mean, you got this, which I was always taken from a VHS tape of it, for the promotional stuff here. But some of these here really kind of bounce around. Great fucking video quality. Again, this was an actual televised broadcast there. I had to be on some sort of show or something similar to like Top of the Pops. The great though, slightly different version though of this one. It's got some slightly different lyrical changes on this version of He Fell in Love with the Stormtrooper. You can find this one on YouTube, but some of these really varies. This one definitely is more like an audience recording, while this one might be similar too, even though this one is very much more typical good production. It's still the Whack and Open Air one right here, it's very much a far view. Not bad though. Definitely very interesting to get a good look at the that era. So there we go. Live Bootleg, the very last disc there. So in total, finally get to here again, when you finally are able to put everything back into the box set, it makes this. Makes the logo and everything. All very cool. But yeah, this is a great fucking box set, though. Definitely out of print. I got this at least for like at least $100 at the time when I got this about 10 years ago. I got this for at least $100. Or was it 9 years ago? It was 9 years ago I got this, and since then, this is a hot commodity. This is probably one of the most expensive items in here because of how much it's worth for. I've seen this one bounce up to, I think, maybe $500 already on Discogs. It's definitely one of the most rarest things in my collection. Again, it's a very cool box set. I know there's been some cheaper, more simpler box set versions with at least maybe the first 4 or 5 albums, but this set right here, if you find this one for a good price that's within your price range, you know what, even on record, and because I know there's a vinyl box as well. This one, I think Bip Bop Boom showed it in one of his Tank video that he did many years ago. But if you find this one, even for when it comes to CD box set, this is a great price, though. This is definitely a very cool set. Definitely great. So there you go. There it is. I hope you all enjoyed. This is Every Thrash at Sam out, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.